It's time!
What time is it? Showtime!
Game time!
Wildcats in the air. Fuck. Okay, guys. Hi.
Oh, hi. I was thinking already.
Yeah.
I was thinking
what were you thinking about?
Let's go to the beach. Beach, let's go get away.
They say what they gonna say. Have a drink, clink, get the Bud Light. The bad bitch, so don't come by. Little
Let's go get it on. Anyway, we're at Beech Mountain.
We're at Beech Mountain Brewing Company at Beech Mountain Ski Resort in not Boone.
At some elk area.
Banner Elk.
There we go. Look at that teamwork.
We are in North Carolina in the high country, and we just drove about 40 minutes from Boone to get to this lovely ski resort, except for it's not ski season right now.
Correct.
Today is actually the last day of their mountain biking season.
So there are tons of mountain bikers out here.
So many! And it's nice because everyone's like a work for your beer
Yes,
person.
that's the thing, is like they're gonna go mountain bike and then they're gonna come back and they're gonna have 17 beers, and it's gonna be great.
What are our goals for the weekend?
Work out, drink beer, pet dogs. And there are a lot of dogs in this area.
They're all labs.
They're all chocolate labs.
Every dog.
Except we met one silver lab.
Right. Which in my mind is just the old version of a chocolate lab. It grows up and it turns silver, and then you're like, cool.
Great, now you're silver.
But I mean, labs are energetic.
Yeah.
They can climb, they can swim.
They're great mountain dog companions.
Why haven't we seen more Bernese mountain dogs?
That's the real question.
I know.
Where are all the actual mountain dogs?
Where are you
at?
hiding them?
Maybe in like real mountains?
Probably.
Yeah.
I would think.
Well, we're gonna drink all the beer here because that's what we do. Oh, what is this? Who are you?
Oh, I'm Alicia.
I'm Mel.
And this is
We'll Take the Lot,
a beer tasting / comedy series. I've started calling it that.
That's
because
great.
I think we're funny. I at least think I'm funny.
Improv.
Improv. As my neighbors like to say, that's improv.
That is improv.
So yeah, we are first of all going to thank our lovely friends who helped us coordinate this We'll Take the Lot in this.
Yes.
It feels like we're in someone's finished basement in the 90s.
Exactly.
Yes. It's like someone's cabin basement that you would have like a great rager in because there's like big leather couches with these big flannel blankets and some oriental rugs.
And then this camera is sitting on the bar.
Yes.
So it's like, the downstairs bar you have at your house.
100%. We could throw a great rager down here. But we want to thank head brewer Aaron.
Yep.
We want to thank the GM Will and then the marketing gal Talia for helping us set all of this up. We're super excited to drink all the beer.
And this is our first quiet Take the Lot of the Boone series.
Yeah, aren't you so glad you can hear us and there's no babies screaming behind us?
Yes.
We are.
And I'm not actively screaming at the camera.
Yeah. I'm gonna lay this here.
Okay,
I think
great.
We can read from afar. So the first thing that we're gonna drink, which, cheers, is the Beech Mountain Beach Blonde. And this is like their...
You're lying. This is the lager.
Oh, I was reading in order. Just kidding. This is the Beech Mountain Premium American Lager. Because we always like to start with a lager.
Also, this is really cute. They put the calorie count on the actual taproom menu.
Wow.
So this is 150 calories.
Wow, all of these are pretty low.
Yeah, they all have the calorie count next to them too, which is very fascinating.
The only thick boy is the Beech Mountain Think Snow at 225.
Yeah, that is a thick one.
Thick with two C's.
Two C's,
Oh
baby.
But yeah, this is a great lager. He said this is the first time they've ever made a lager here. So they just implemented the cold fermenting system, and he wants to do like a lager series.
It's going to be really cool.
Yeah, starting with this and then going into like a Vienna lager and then eventually like a Schwarzbier. That's very exciting.
It's going to be awesome. And so... Aaron, their head brewer, was telling us, like, we're here at the end of summer, early fall, right? Their main stuff is, like, winter, obviously. We're at a ski resort.
Yep.
And so he was saying, we have 11 beers in front of us right now. He was saying they'll brew up to, like, 25, 30. And so we told him we would come back in the winter. Which honestly, I won't let Alicia drive this time because it gave her too much anxiety. She killed it though. These fucking roads are so windy. They're so windy.
I hate driving in general. Like,
same.
One of the only, that's a lie. One of the most severe panic attacks that I've had this year was because I hadn't driven for like a month and a half during the start of COVID.
Yep.
And then I needed to get on the highway to go to a doctor's office. But they were just doing a bunch of road work, and so people were cutting off, and like it was just so terrifying. And I got to the place I needed to go and just called my husband and was like crying, like, I can't do this. This is terrible. And so I drove the 5 hours to Boone and then got here, and like obviously I'm driving us to where we'll take the lot stuff, and this one was just like 40 minutes up a mountain.
Up a straight up mountain.
Up a mountain, and every turn is like
Ooh.
the tightest shit you've ever seen.
It's so fucking windy.
And people want to go fast, and I don't understand it. And then also people just pull out and make a left when it's not their turn.
Boone, what?
There are traffic laws.
Why are you just pulling out in front of people? That's not how it works. Oh my god. Wow.
I was unhappy. But I mean, yeah, anxiety driving is my thing. I don't usually drive.
Meanwhile, my anxiety driving is not being able to find parking, and I just turn around and go home.
Yep, 100% true.
Sorry, not sorry. If I can't find parking, I'm fucking leaving. So that's where I'm at.
That just reminded me of, we have this friend in Richmond who, when we play a board game, he has to be blue, and his statement, like the game color, like he has to be blue, and his thing is blue or I'm going home. Blue or I'm not playing.
That's
like,
amazing.
What the fuck? Okay, Ethan.
I feel like that, like, all kids growing up do that with, like, their character, right? Like, okay, I'm Yoshi and only Yoshi, and I'm gonna be pissed if I'm not Yoshi. But, like,
Kirby.
But once you turn, like, 30, or 25,
Or 13.
or any age when you're like, no, I can be another character.
30.
You're okay being another character. I think I said that because I know that now I'm okay being a different character. I don't know when I started being okay with it, but trust me, when you hit 30,
You'll
should
be
willing
fine.
to give
You could be
something up.
Princess Peach and you'll fucking like it.
But you know what? Fucking Mario Kart and any Mario game really was brilliant because they're like, oh shit, you all love Yoshi. Here's 6 colors of Yoshi. And you're like, pink Yoshi, blue Yoshi, regular Yoshi, all the Yoshis.
I like to be Toad or Toadette.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
And then they start giving you mini characters. They're like, all right, now there's like a tiny Mario and a baby Peach, and my husband's always baby Peach.
I am so anxious about driving that I don't even like playing Mario Kart. Like, it makes me anxious. I'm gonna go off the road. I know I'm gonna do it.
Wait, Rainbow Road was this drive.
Yes. Yes. And there were just fucking banana peels everywhere. People were spitting shells at me. It was terrible.
Someone turned into a ghost, stole my soul out of the car, and then returned it eventually.
It has not been returned. That's a lie. Mel does not currently have a soul.
Oh my god. That's a good lager, and I'm glad we started with it.
Yes, I'm always glad when we start with the lager.
Today wasn't a day we drank a breakfast beer, so this was our first beer of the day.
Yeah.
It's fucking good.
Very true. I don't want to drink too much beer because we have to drive back down the mountain.
Correct.
But I think some beer is needed for right now.
Yeah.
We'll soak up some sunshine and then head on back.
It's beautiful out
It
today.
is gorgeous. You can't
we
tell.
forgot to ask if we can ride the ski lift.
I'm gonna ask.
Okay, yeah.
Listen, I like to figure out ways to get Mel and I access to things that other people don't get to do. I saw 0 people on the chairlift, but it was
running,
going.
right?
And so I'm like, maybe they'll let us go up there with a beer. Or just up there at all.
Photo op.
You can do it.
VIP.
Of us being in love. What song were you going for?
It was my Disney.
Were you gonna be the Little Mermaid?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Like you stealing my voice as Ursula? Someone takes your soul, so you're like, fuck it, I get the bitch's
Fine.
voice.
It's mine. I'll steal your burp again. Don't tempt me.
Don't do it. I need them. All right, next up is the Beach Blonde.
Yes.
And this is supposed to be an easygoing blonde ale that's extremely balanced with a soft nose and a clean finish. I have a soft nose and a clean finish.
This is tasty. It's good.
We were told. Just me. Mel wasn't here. She can't hear either anymore. That's her, not me. This is the base for their Brett beer, which I think we're gonna have next.
Brett. I don't know.
Here's what I'm gonna do. Hamilton. Brett. I am Hercules Mulligan, up in it, loving it. Yes, I heard your mother say, come again. Lock up your daughters and horses. Of course, it's hard to have intercourse over faucets of corsets.
Alicia said she listened to it 3 times on her way to Boone.
Sure did. Listen to the whole fucking thing. Just keeps going.
I love it. This is really good.
This is delightful. This is not that metallic taste that your husband always says.
Tastes clean.
Yeah. I think it's not honey, but I get a little sweetness.
Yeah,
right?
on the back end. Yeah. I don't know what that is though. Just a little bit of a sweet finish.
Oh, that's tasty. I like that. All right,
Yum,
next
yum.
up is going to be, where are we? Number 3, the Brett,
The Brett.
Citrus Ale. Brett, as in Brettanomyces, which is one of our favorite bacteria strands. This one is from Omega's What the Funk strain.
I meant to tell you
What?
that I literally am on YouTube once a week when I upload this video to YouTube. And then I realize people comment on our shit. And there's one person, and I really don't know who I'm assuming it's a he is, but he watches the whole thing and then he calls out the timestamp of when we each burp, and it's a competition. Like, I fucking won the last one 7 to 1.5, he said.
Someone does this?
Yes! And so I didn't realize it was a burping competition, but now I kind of feel like we need to be burping more.
Shit, I didn't know it was a competition either. I think usually the burping is Mel's domain. Like, do you remember the time you did the yes because I finally burped?
Because I was stoked about it. Yeah, it like opened you up to a whole new burp scene.
A whole new burp.
But yeah, that happens. So hey to that guy. We'll try and burp on your honor. I don't know. Thanks for watching our videos.
Yeah, whatever the fuck.
Then someone else just recently commented on one of our
That's
yoga
what I thought you were gonna
videos
say.
that we have nice feet, and I was like, this is a fucking yoga video.
What
Like,
if that
I feel like
bucks
that's
all
a
the
normal
stereotypes and it's a girl?
thing. Maybe.
And the girl's like, nice feet.
Yeah. In which case, like, I mean, it's just a weird thing to pick out of a yoga video.
A little bit odd. You know what would creep me out more is if they were like, nice armpits. I would hate that. I don't like that.
Okay, let me get in this, Brett.
Yeah. So this guy it's the blonde base, and then he said they added grapefruit, lemon, lime, and orange zest.
That's really good.
Yeah, but it's not like as sour as I was expecting. It's much more just like fruity.
Yep.
Like it almost, I do this exact blend in my aromatherapy diffuser when I want my house to smell like Fruit Loops.
Amazing. This is good.
Yeah. Like I might add a little bit of bergamot, however that's pronounced, to the aromatherapy component. But I don't think I've ever had bergamot or however it's pronounced in a beer.
I don't know.
Bergamot is what I would call
Bergamot.
it. People should let me name everything. Is all that I
Wait, tell them about your Richmond.
Yeah. So I work at the Richmond Experience. At the Richmond Experience on Instagram, therichmondexperience.com. And I wrote a caption the other day it was early October, and I was sharing a mural of a witch that a really talented street artist did. And I captioned it more like Witchmond, and then I immediately was like, everyone's gonna unfollow us. Like, why did I do this?
People really liked it.
It was great. It went super well. I was like, I should just go with my gut on these
So
things.
funny. I loved it. I was like,
so
that's
glad.
perfect.
There's some days when I write captions for Work for Your Beer that I'm like, I hope Mel texts me about this.
that I like it.
Yeah, certain things that you're like, oh my god, I loved this caption. It was perfect.
I feel like I go through and I read them all in later too before they go up because I like reading them.
Makes me so happy. All right, number 4.
Robin's Rye.
Robin's Rye. It says it's going to be a pale ale, but rye makes me think it's going to be a rye.
Don't press the button. Sorry.
Mel just mocked a child.
I know, I just told
openly.
I told the person not to press the button just in case they didn't trust the little kid. The little kid yelled, "Don't touch the button." I feel like she probably was right.
Yeah, you know, we should empower young women to be bossier, I think.
Also, I will say, there are a couple, they have their Untapped ratings on here. There are a couple that don't have them, and I feel like we should go rate that Brett and that lager for sure. Those were both really good.
They were both very good.
5 of those babies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
The bebe.
Ba-ba.
We watched Schitt's Creek last night, and I've been stuck in Moira voice for many a comment today.
It's the best. Do your Alexis.
Alexis.
It's so good. Ew, David. Ew.
Ew, David.
It's such a good show. If you haven't watched Schitt's Creek. We literally have watched a little bit Alexis, like, I feel like too many times.
There is a drag queen in Richmond, Grace Wetpants, and her go-to performance song is a little bit Alexis.
I love that.
I saw it at a drag show and just gave her all of my ones.
Yes.
I did not save any for anyone else because she deserved all of them. And she even did the, hi, I'm gonna start, and like she started in that voice. It was fantastic.
It's so good.
God, I
oh my
loved it.
god, Schitt's Creek is amazing.
All right, Robin's Rye.
This one, I don't think I ever actively seek out rye beers, but this one's pretty tasty.
Yeah, I'm I'm getting a lot of like bread notes, obviously.
Bready.
Very malty.
I don't know what I mean, it kind of is like a beer flavored beer to me. Like there's nothing like weird.
If someone
going
handed
on
you this,
here?
you'd be like,
It's
that's
a beer. Thanks for the beer. Yeah, it's good.
Absolutely. But you know what's funny? Despite the fact that it's got so much more of like a full like mouthfeel and a lot more character, it's not much higher in calories than our American lager.
Yeah.
Even though like you look at them and you're like, oh yeah, one of them's for sure gonna be
Lighter. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ooh, that's good. I don't drink enough rye beers, I guess. We have a pale ale coming up. Hoop hoop.
I'm a big fan. 55.
What was that response?
No idea. 5506. See, I wish we had the full Untapped up because I want to know why it's called that.
Our 5506 is full-bodied American ale that's golden in color. Malty sweetness of the mash is offset by a generous amount of Magnum and Northern Brewer. ... That's all we get. But that one's the only one that actually has a description, like a little description.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, you know, to be fair, Aaron did offer to like be down here while we were doing this video pretty much to ask him questions, but we were like, well, I said, we're too annoying. You would not like watching this
I don't
live.
want anyone to sit with us while we do it because I'm like, all we're going to do is annoy the ever-living shit out of you.
I wonder if we would alter like how we speak
I'm certain
if someone's watching.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's interesting to me because I realize that people are going to watch this and that we're going to make like the trailer and it's going to go on our fucking like Instagram and YouTube and Facebook and whatever. But when we do it, I just feel like I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I agree.
Which I think is why it goes well. But if if it were like you probably wouldn't burp. You didn't want to burp yesterday because there were other people around.
Correct.
So I think we would alter.
Yes, because we were around other people eating. I feel like that's rude.
That's fair.
But when it's just us talking at a camera / to each other, I feel like you're okay with me burping. Though you did get mad when I burped on you.
In my face is not my favorite.
I do that to Alan. I burp and then I blow it at him. And God, how am I still married?
Andrew can tell when I'm gonna do that to him. So if he sees that I burped and I'm starting to purse my lips, he starts blowing back at me so that it won't go at him. So I'm like, and
Why do we do that? Why is that like our reaction? Like, fuck you.
No.
Burp. Like,
I think because we had older siblings, probably. So we're just like, all right, I'm ready. Man,
it's so silly.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
This is very sweet.
The pale ale.
Which I was not
It's
expecting for a pale ale. Like, significantly sweeter than I was anticipating.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Ooh.
I get almost like burnt sugar.
So it says malty sweetness on there. It almost, I mean, it's sweet but bitter. That's a weird, like, mouthfeel for me.
I think it's doing that thing that you don't like where it starts very sweet and then it sucks all the moisture out of your mouth.
Yes, that is exactly what's happening.
Oh,
interesting.
I don't think I would choose this guy.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Yeah. What do you think on board number 1 is your favorite? So we've got, again, lager, blonde, Brett, rye, and then pale.
I think I like the Brett the best.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense, right?
I think for me, I liked this rye the most.
I feel like someone was coming down the stairs.
Probably.
I want to be like,
don't.
Come on in. There's also a ghost.
Yes, I keep
that
hearing
lives here.
just creaking.
There's a door somewhere that keeps creaking open and creaking closed, and it's a ghost, or a little girl ghost, maybe.
Do you remember?
And the only thing the little girl ghost says is, don't push the button.
Stop it. Stop it! Do you remember the episode of Rugrats where it's Halloween and the All Real Monsters are there?
Yes!
Okay. I said this to Andrew the other day and he was like, that never happened. And I was
No, that
like,
happened.
you want to fucking bet? And I found it on YouTube and I showed it to him and he was like, but they're only in it for like a minute. I'm like, yeah, but they're in it.
Still in it.
Like the little chicken nugget
With
that holds its eyes up and
yeah.
then the big long snake with the big mouth.
Oh
It's
my
like,
God, yeah.
well, what do you think, Stinky? Yes, that happens. This is like the exact lodge where I imagined that episode taking place. With Angelica on a broom.
Oh my God, yes.
Which of the Rugrats did you pretend to be?
Lil.
That's not surprising. I was about to say you were probably Lil.
Yep.
Who do you think I was?
Angelica.
Tommy.
You were Tommy? Oh, yeah.
Let's go on an adventure!
Sorry for giving you Angelica.
Oh, Mel thinks I'm a bitch!
I panicked just because she was blonde.
But I will tell you, I named... So, first off, fun fact about me. When I was a kid, I used to cry and wail until my mom would exchange my white baby dolls that I got as presents for black baby dolls. And then I named all of them Susie.
Oh, okay.
From Rugrats.
Susie was the tits.
Yeah, she was. She
I
was
really
a
like
feminist
Susie.
badass.
She was so nice. She was like the nice gal. I haven't watched Rugrats since I was probably 6.
I haven't either, and it's on Hulu.
Let's watch it tonight.
Absolutely,
I have
yes.
my iPad.
Perfect.
We can do it. We're doing it.
I'm so excited.
I fell asleep to New Girl last night.
Did you? Mm-hmm. I fell asleep and then woke up and then was sad.
Yeah, and then coughed.
And then coughed until I cried and then went back to bed.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
casual.
normal.
Casual Friday night vibes.
Normal.
We also went to bed at 9 p.m., so.
We're not lame. You're
It's
lame.
fine. You're fine.
Number 6, Beech Mountain Town Amber. Mountain Town Amber.
Mountain Town Amber.
Beech Mountain. Mountain Town
Amber.
Amber.
I don't like that.
It's the Beech Mountain
Town Amber.
Okay. I do love an amber usually.
This one has like a little spice on the back end.
Yeah, I get that. I think it's mostly like a caramel, a little malt, and maybe there's like cinnamon back there.
This
or maybe
feels-
like a cardamom.
It feels light for an amber, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's only 165 calories.
And
so.
it's only 5.5 ABV.
Okay.
Interesting. I do feel like usually ambers are more in the 6.5 range.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. It's just a lighter style.
I would drink this at a bonfire.
Yes.
Right?
I was going to say on Halloween night when you're like giving candy out to kids. That's a good beer for that.
Yes. Absolutely, yes. I love that too.
Also, I mean, I assume trick-or-treating's not going to happen this year. And there's like a thing where people created like a pulley system that sends down 2 beers for the parents and then the sacks of candy for the kids, and I fucking love that.
I've also seen people are creating tubes with PVC pipes that they just
Oh
put
my
the candy in at the top, which I don't feel like is that helpful because you're still touching it.
I feel like I would like if people trick-or-treat in my neighborhood, which I don't know if they do. It's my first year in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
I would just make pre-built like little bags
Yeah.
and then leave them on the porch.
Yeah, well, our thing is kids coming on our porch just makes our dog bark.
Yeah.
And so I would love to just put a big like
Bucket?
tub or wagon or something of
Out
candy.
of the fence?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I do worry that in our
Someone
neighborhood,
will
someone will
just
just take the whole
entire
fucking
thing.
wagon. Yeah.
Yeah, like guys, follow the rules. Just like take a handful or like one. I don't know what we're gonna do.
I
It's
don't
gonna
know
be It's
either.
a weird fucking year. It's a time.
Makes me sad.
Uh,
I had big ideas in January of like, you
This
know what'll
year.
be so fun is like at fall time we can do like a little neighborhood crawl where we can go from one person's house to the next and do
Yes.
like a little hop around because we have so many young people in our neighborhood. And now obviously that's fucking
I
canceled.
bet my alley group will do something. So
Probably.
I'm in a cluster of townhomes, and we have an alley that goes between the 2 sets of them. And we do alley parties
I
where
love
we
it.
sit in lawn chairs away from each other and yell and listen to Queen normally. It's a weird
Well,
thing.
and so what I'm gonna guess is that everyone will make a plan to sit out on their porch.
Yeah.
And that like we'll walk around with Luna in our costumes and just like wave to everyone on their porches, and then we'll sit on our porch and wait for
Yeah.
them to do the same thing.
Yeah, but the candy thing with kids is going to be interesting, right?
Yeah, I know.
Like, you don't want people, like, shoving their hands near your kids.
Who knows?
I had to cough, but then I didn't want to. So that's what that was. Anytime I sneeze, I'm just, like, willing it out of me. No,
And I was like, I don't wanna.
I don't want allergies. All right, we're on a brown. Beech Mountain Juggler by Trade Brown Ale.
Juggler by trade. I want to know the name or the history of that name.
Please stop
Juggling! I also love the episode of The Office where Will Ferrell is D'Angelo and he's like doing his inspirational juggling routine.
Yes.
But he doesn't have the balls, so he's like. And then Pam's like, no hands. Ridiculous.
So good.
How's this brown?
This is good. It's a good brown.
It smells like it's going to be delicious. It smells like it's going to have just the right amount of malt to bitterness ratio.
It's really smooth. I don't think it's too bitter at all. I think it goes down easy.
Oh my god.
It's a good brown. Man, I love a good brown this time of year.
We haven't had any brown ales this trip.
Yeah, we haven't.
This is perfect for this time of year. You know,
Yes.
browns are Andrew's favorite beers. Like,
Really?
I think most of the time he would choose a brown or a red,
Okay.
which I never think to get a brown ale or a red
Yeah.
ale. But those are his go-tos for sure.
Interesting.
Oh, that's tasty. I could just sit here and smell it though too. This smells like what most brew houses smell like.
Yeah.
Like the smell of what just went through the mash.
Well, we were at, what was the brewery yesterday?
Lost Province?
Lost Province. I almost called it New Province. Lost Province yesterday, and we walked out, and I was like, ugh, I just love the smell of, it's like spent grain. Like, what is it?
Yeah.
It's like,
It's everything
I just
that-
fucking love that smell, and I don't know why.
So like everything that you pour into the mash tun, once it gets boiled, it just comes out as spent grain. And then sometimes they'll give that to like other people to like recycle for like
They
future
use,
purposes.
dog treats out of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I like that smell.
I agree.
I'm going to check the time real quick, because I am anxious.
Okay.
And we're back.
What's 2 + 2? 4, 3, 2, 1.
Boys! Beers?
Make a girl go crazy.
4, 3, 2, 1. Porter?
I hardly know her.
I'm sorry. Ooh.
The audacity.
Beech Mountain Patroller Porter. Patroller Porter. Patroller Porter.
It's like the Friends episode. Why'd you take the peas out of my pack? Spits all over him.
Oh my god. Imagine.
No.
I was talking to Alan about this, I think. Maybe it was you. I don't know.
We're the same.
Yeah. Where I was like, it's weird because, like, you know how birthdays where people blow out candles on a cake and then everyone eats the cake? Like, that's not going to happen anymore. Or if it will be a while. I assume most people don't want someone else's spit on their stuff.
Also, that's just like the weirdest custom. When you think about it, it's like, okay, we light it on fire. The one we celebrate extinguishes the fire, and then we all feast upon the baked good that is for them.
Yes.
But for us.
I think the funniest thing was, it was Bernie Sanders' birthday probably like a month ago, and someone wrote, well, I hope he gives 90% of his birthday cake to other people. And someone wrote back, I don't know that you've ever been to a birthday party before. Like, that's
exactly
how
how it
birthdays
happens.
work. Like, yes, that's exactly what literally any person would do, is take their little piece and then give everyone.
But imagine Trump would be like,
Yeah.
I blew this out, now it's mine.
This is my whole cake. Yeah.
Andrew and I were just talking about how Trump, you can only ever see his bottom teeth when he talks. And so that's why it's so easy to do his voice when you go like this.
Oh my god.
It's terrible.
We're also at the point, and I know we said we weren't going to talk about this, but I'm going to bring it up because yesterday was when Trump got COVID.
But in the future, we could be talking about this, and things could have gone a lot of ways.
So we don't know what's happening. We don't know if he's lying. We don't know if it's serious. We don't know what the fuck this means for the election. So Alicia and I are like we're like off the grid, but like I got a text message from my husband that was like, Trump has COVID. And I was like, is this fake news? Is this real? I don't know. We're off the grid.
And then I'm like, okay, Twitter says we're not allowed to say that we hope that he dies from COVID.
Right. And
that's the end of the statement.
And
Twitter says we can't say it.
Twitter says that, and then other people are like, this could dismantle a lot of other bullshit, and like if this turns the election upside down. One, Penn says it's like,
Mel, we could be talking to people in the future who are like, stop talking, Pence already is our president now.
Oh my god, help.
I know.
Everything is
upside down.
Unstable right now. But yeah, we learned about that on our trip when we were disconnected. So we were kind of like, maybe we should like disconnect for the election too.
Yes. So maybe this video will come out after the election and we'll be able to tell you guys, spoilers, we did go off the grid and the election went the way that is good for the world.
Correct. Maybe. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. God help us all. Yes! That was a good one.
Thank you.
It felt very forced and hateful, and I liked it.
I was like, I want to burp in Trump's stupid face. Take your face and I'm going to smash it.
Oh my god. This porter's really good. Speaking of porters. We know how to get each other riled up.
Segues are weird.
I think the best thing about this is we can tell a story and then the segue is always just tasting the beer. We can be like, and yes.
So there I was, mounting Tibidabo. Jesus Christ.
Amazing.
All right, so the thing is about this chocolate porter.
It's really good.
It's delightful, but it tastes, again, like dark chocolate. Like I get that
dark
bitterness
chocolate,
of a dark chocolate. I also love dark chocolate.
I brought dark chocolate for our s'mores, but I made sure it was Hershey's because you grew up in Hershey, and I feel like that's your, like, that's what you want in a s'more, but I didn't want to commit to just the milk chocolate. So I did the dark chocolate, and then I did Reese's Cups, because I feel like Reese's Cup s'mores are the tits.
They're so good. I also brought dark chocolate peanut butter cups from Trader Joe's.
Yes, and I ate one, I think, this morning for breakfast.
I fucking love those things. My friend Allie, every time she comes to our house, just opens the fridge and helps herself to one at the start of her visit and then one at the end of her visit. I'm like, good job, Allie.
So I get the milk chocolate ones for Alan, because he doesn't like chocolate, but he likes peanut butter cups.
Alan, I want to punch you in your dumb face.
And then I get the dark chocolate ones for myself, so we always have 2 of them in the fridge.
Andrew just eats my dark chocolate ones, even though he doesn't like
That's
dark
what
chocolate.
Alan does,
and it makes me so angry.
Why?
It's not yours.
I don't understand. Like, I got the Justin's ones, like the fucking nice ones the one time, and yeah, I put them in the fridge, because that's where I keep them. And then Alan's like, ooh, peanut butter cups. And I said, don't eat those, they're dark chocolate. He's like, I'll just try it. And I'm like, you're not gonna like it, it's dark chocolate. And he eats it, and I was like, did you like that? And he said, no. And I said, great, don't eat them again. And then, like, the next weekend, lo and behold, one of my peanut butter cups out of my new pack was gone. And I said, did you eat that? And he said, yeah. I said, you don't like it. I like them. These are my special treats. Stop eating them.
This was literally in my house, and this makes me so angry because my brother used to do this shit. So I get really mad at Andrew when he does it because I'm like, no, I grew out of this, and now I'm an adult, and you don't get to take my shit. And so I bought those exact ones, and we had the exact same thing. He was like, oh, these aren't as good as the Trader Joe's ones, which he also doesn't like. And also, I bought regular Reese's for him, and they're on the front table. Like, eat those.
What goes through their minds, do you think? I would never be like, hey, you bought this thing for yourself and I don't like it. Let me just try it a couple times and make sure I don't like it.
Imagine if I just sat around eating handfuls of your turmeric granola and I was like, oh, this is the worst.
This is terrible. Here it is. What? I don't understand. Be
stop
better.
it.
Get smarter.
Be better. Ugh.
Whew. Anyway, end rant.
It's like when Andrew drinks the beers that he doesn't even like, but it's the only beer left in the house, and I'm like...
That one time he drank the beers that I brought you back from Las Vegas, and you were like, I will fucking kill you.
So mad. And he was like, how was I supposed to know? I'm like, did you buy it? Did we have multiple?
Oh, it's the... Alan, poor Alan, because I get it. We have a beer fridge. We now have 2 beer fridges because beer life is real. And he'll always be like, what can I drink in here? And he goes, if there's more than one of something, can I drink it? And I said, yeah, normally, but like, just like run it by me. He's like, well, what if you're not here? And I'm like, well, if you think you shouldn't drink it, don't drink it.
Right.
It's probably mine and I'm saving it.
Right. And then the other component of that for Andrew and I, we keep most of the beer in the outside beer fridge.
Right.
So if I keep something inside, I probably
That's
need
your
it for
special
work.
beer. Yeah.
Like I probably need to take a picture of it or post it for work stuff or something. Or I bought it because I wanted it.
Yeah. It's mine.
Am I not allowed to have my own shit anymore?
And then it's like, well, it's ours. And I'm like, I mean, technically, yeah, but like, just like, don't drink my shit. This is how Alan and I drink beers now, though. We'll open one and then we each drink half of it. So it's like fair.
That's honestly very smart.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you're going to crack that one open? Okay, pour me half and then you get the other half. And then we drink half a beer and then we'll pick another one. And then it's like, yeah.
Living
nice.
Living in 2030. Wow. That's you. Like you're just ahead of the game.
I was like, are you about to say I'm 30 years old again? We've already talked about old.
No. I was being nice.
I'm old.
She's pretty fucking old.
I'm the age where you find out if you can change your character.
I'm like a teenager, right?
30 minutes. Hey.
Wow, look at us. We had a bit of a technical difficulty, but we're back, beaches.
We back, and I believe we're in the middle of drinking this downhill IPA.
Certainly looks like it.
And now we're going to Think Snow.
Think Snow.
Which is also an IPA.
This is an American IPA. Highest ABV we've had so far, 7.5, and highest cal count. So 225 calories, which still, honestly, for a craft beer is not terrible. I feel like they tend to range, like especially double, triple IPAs, like 300 to 400 sometimes.
Yeah,
which
so
is crazy.
I think this is a pretty good one to dive into here. Do you think they want people to like
Hope
will
for snow
into? I'm sure they make fake snow here.
They do,
It's a
because they
ski
have
place.
a seasonal beer called Fake Snow. I saw it on the tap list.
Okay.
But I think they probably want it to snow because I have to imagine the consistency is a little different. Did I make that up?
Well, I mean, probably, right? I mean, they can make like what the slope should feel like, but I think skiers, and we're not skier snowboard people, like the like fresh powder.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
amazing. This is
Ooh.
the best. I
Oh
don't know.
shit, there's a bunch of snowboarding words that I learned.
Goofy foot, right?
I don't know.
That's your opposite foot in front, like then you're used to. Like one is left foot first, one is right foot.
I was thinking shredding the gnar.
Oh yeah, that's
know?
a good one. 360, that's a spin you can do.
Fresh pow pow.
I used to play a snowboarding game on PlayStation.
I was just thinking, I think Derek played that too.
And you could like pick your character, and I was
And their
always the
pants
girl
and stuff?
who wore like the pink pants, and then you did all these fucking crazy ass snowboarding moves.
Was it a PS3?
No.
PS2?
It was like either original PlayStation or PlayStation 2. I didn't have a PlayStation growing up. I would only play it like at my friend's house.
I think we had a PlayStation 2. The only game I played on it was Sims.
Oh, yeah.
And we could use it as a DVD player, which I thought was the coolest fucking thing.
Crash Bandicoot, you ever play
Yes!
that? They just came out with Crash Bandicoot 4. Are you fucking kidding me?
Crash Bandicoot. Okay,
I'm
so
gonna play
we
it.
had a PlayStation 1, not because my parents bought it for Derek and I, because my dad bought it because he's a man-child. But we had a PlayStation 1, and the only game that we had was Crash Bandicoot, and then
Yes.
the demo disc that comes with it to try to make you want to buy all
Other
the
games? Yeah.
And so I knew how to play the first round of like a zillion games, and then the only other thing I could do was Crash Bandicoot. And I remember on Y2K, like New Year's Eve in 1999, playing Crash Bandicoot as the ball dropped.
I love that.
And the little
That's
boulder that would
amazing.
chase you, it would go, oh my god. The little,
I didn't
Which
have
chapter?
PlayStation. I had Nintendo growing
we
up.
did not. Yeah.
And
that's why I'm so bad at fucking every Mario game.
well, so the first Mario Party, if anyone resonates with this, please let me know. There were games where you had to move the joystick very rapidly in succession in a circle. So to do that most effectively, you would hold the controller and then use the fucking palm of your hand and fucking go to town. And boy, how many fucking hand blisters did I get?
Cal
Literally,
City.
my friend and I, like, we would play for like 5 hours straight at night. We just play Mario Party and then like have blisters the next day. And our parents are like, "What is wrong with you?" And we're like, "We like playing the game." And I think I'm like 99% sure other people played it that way too. They had
That would
to,
be the
right?
only
They
smart
had
way to do it. That or you're just...
Well, that if you wanted to win,
Yeah.
you know, which we obviously did.
Here's
Hello,
the thing.
Here's my beanie.
Alan gets so mad because Mel always wins Mario Party to the point where sometimes Mel will almost like not try to lose, but you try to back off a little bit to be like,
I try to
don't
give
want you
some
to be
minigame
mad.
wins away, but Alan on the new Mario Party has, I think, almost played it more than I have.
Really?
And so now he's like, him and I have a very good like battle going on. But the good thing about the newest Mario Parties is that you can play co-op style. So
What does that mean?
that means you're on the same team.
Oh.
So to not get Alan and I like mad at each other, because sometimes we'd be like, "Fuck you," like we now play on the same team. So you play like as a pair against another pair.
Oh, fun.
And it is way better that way. I highly recommend anyone who plays games to play co-op games so that you're with the person instead of against.
Well, that's when we do play Mario Party, even when we played at your old house. I would like when it was 2v2
Yes.
mini games and stuff because I feel like it's less like pressure, especially because okay, so the only video game console that we had growing up was at our dad's house, and we
Yeah.
only spent weekends there. So I
Yeah.
just like don't have whatever fucking shit it is that gets you good at video games. I don't have it. I'm not good with controllers. I can't keep up. I can't play anything.
I can't do the like first person shooter games where you have to walk and look. Fuck that. I don't know how to do it. I'm not good at it. I just get lost in a corner and then people shoot you and you're like, great.
I get really mad because I'm like, so many fucking stupid people can play this and we're really smart. And that annoys the shit out of me. And so I get so mad. And so even with like games that like my 7-year-old cousins can play, I'm like, I should be able to do this. And it makes me really upset and then insecure. And so every time we're at your house, I'm like, I'm just gonna watch. I don't wanna do it.
Yeah, we have to play the team one.
Yeah.
The team round is like so much better.
But then I get anxious, I'm gonna let you down.
Well, I mean, we're on a team. That's how teams work.
I know, but I don't wanna let you down.
But like, I might let you down too.
No.
Not in Mario Party.
Never in Mario Party. God. Okay, what do we think about this beer?
It's good. It is, this one for me feels like, because I've had so many other beers, it's like pretty palatable for me. It's too bitter for me to like pick out of like, yes, that's the beer I'm gonna drink today, but it's palatable. Like I think it's a decent beer.
I think it's interesting because I feel like the opposite. Like, I feel like I would usually pick this off of the menu and get it and be like, that's a good fucking beer. But because we've had all these other ones that are not this kind of hot profile, not this IBU, like anything like that, I don't know. It's not jiving with me.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But it's so off-brand for me.
Also, I just need to let you guys know that we did finish recording this and then chug our beers, and I'm looking at our empty beers that we chugged, and now I'm like, we're gonna chug them again.
Yeah, we are.
But that, yeah, I mean, that's fine. I think they definitely have a good variety of IPAs in here, so you can have the like stricter IPA, you can have a juicy IPA, and then you can have like an in-betweener.
Yeah.
Maybe they planned that intentionally.
Or like a rye or like a pale ale
Yeah.
or something like that. I think they have good options. I do think it's interesting. It reminds me of, bless you, I almost said. That's not what you say
okay.
for burps.
What do you say? Stop that.
Burp you? Excuse you? I don't know.
Excuse you in a tone, you know,
you.
where you're like, all right, yeah, I'm the one who's a bitch in here.
Excuse you.
Anyway.
When we go to like Vermont, not everywhere there, but where Andrew's parents have their house in Killington, it's a ski town too. And I think, I mean, Aaron was telling us this, people come here for the skiing and for the snowboarding, not so much like for the craft beer like we did. And so most people are coming inside and they're like, oh, there's a beer style that I like here at least. I'm just gonna drink it. Like, whatever. They're not necessarily going through the entire menu like we are. We're unique.
Which, honestly, we started, I don't know that we ever talked about how we started doing this, but we visited.
It was in Nashville.
Yeah, we visited our good friend Elena in Nashville, and, you know, we were going to breweries, and we were like, well, we kind of want to try everything. So then
But there was a group of 4 of us, so it was easier. It was like, all right, we'll get everything on the menu, and all 4 of us will just split it.
But we literally were like, well, we'll have one of everything, but just like put it in a flight board, and everyone was like a little skeptical about it. And I'm like, why doesn't everyone do this with groups? Like, being able to try everything and diversify your palate and understand, like, okay, I would never fucking order a rye beer, but that rye beer is good.
It's really good.
Why would I not order that?
Well, and it helps us expand our horizons. I will also say, when Andrew and I first started drinking beer, when we were still in upstate New York,
Yeah.
man, we would go and we would order as many beers as we felt comfortable driving 30 minutes after, and we would just share them and be like, okay, here's what we liked and what we didn't like, so that in the future we could better order. But like, it gave me anxiety to order a full beer of something that I'm like, what if I get it and I hate it?
Yeah.
And so I'd rather just split a flight.
Well, and like, I think breweries are now very good at giving tasters before, like, oh, you don't know, like, here's 2 things, like, make a decision that way.
Yeah.
And like, I know that's annoying for like bartenders to have to do that, especially if they're busy, but it makes the like patron feel so much more. Do you remember I was at Lenny Boy one time? Sorry, Lenny Boy, love you guys, but I had a really bad experience with one of your bartenders once where I had brought new people there to try kombucha. They had never tried kombucha before. And I went up to the bartender at the time and I said, so we're gonna do 2 flights. And she was like, ugh. She literally out loud scoffed at me that I wanted flights. And my reaction was just like, I am sorry, like my friends have never tried kombucha before. I want to like have them like your kombucha.
Excuse me.
And it was so bizarre. And like, that was what, 4 years ago, probably now at this point. But it was like such I feel like it's so much more like, it's normal to be like, I want to try something, and flights are the way to do that. Like, don't offer a fucking flight if you don't want to fill the flight classes.
That's exactly what I was about to say, is there are some breweries that do not do flights, like free range.
Yes, yeah.
They do half pints.
Right.
If you want to get a small taste of a beer, you can buy a half pint. But I will say, like, I remember going to Legion once during a festival they were having, and they were like, we're not pouring flights today.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you think that your staff is going to be too overwhelmed by how busy it is, take flights off the menu.
I was there with you when that happened.
Yeah.
Because I remember being like, weh, and then being like, okay, that makes sense.
Right. And then I'm like, okay, but if you have them on the menu, do not bitch and moan if I order one, because I'm literally here to pay you to drink your beer.
Yeah, yeah. And so it's kind of fun for us to be like, hey, we want to try all of your beer, and we want to do it in flight glasses, and we're going to do it by ourselves, and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to have a good time. And it's like, this series has been so fun and weird to like no one else does this. I don't think that I
Not
know
that I
of,
know
where
of.
they go to a brewery and they try every beer and they talk about it. And I feel like this is like our little baby.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
If anyone has connections at like Travel Channel
Yeah.
or Quibi,
We could do a very strong, I don't know that there are that many like beer travel like people
there's the Booze Traveler is the only one that I know of.
that like, but are like on Travel Channel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He goes, but he does like liquor more than he does anything
Okay.
else, or like wine. Like he'll go to wine country and
Well,
stuff.
let's hit him up and just say, hey man, we're here for your beer needs.
I must know people at HGTV. Like
Right?
from the comm school at Penn
Yeah.
State. I'm certain that we do.
Come on, guys. Throw us
Someone
a bone
hit
here.
us up. Listen, I'm not saying we're a good time, but we're having a good time.
Yeah. You know, I think we handle it pretty well.
I think so too. All right.
As long as they're okay with cursing and a little bit of ranting.
Cursing, ranting, loudness,
Burping.
storytelling, burping.
Must be okay with burping.
And also, we're not gonna wear real pants. It's gonna be leggings or it's gonna be nothing. That's all that you get. All right, let's.
All right. So I picked the Brett last time.
You can take it
Which is
again.
number 3. I'll take yours.
I'm gonna pick the rye this time.
Whoa! She switched it up.
I
Wait,
sure
but tell
did.
them what your favorite was last time.
My favorite last time I said was the Beach Blonde. I think it's just a really solid blonde ale, which I don't necessarily usually choose. So it was nice to get one that I felt like fit my palate a little bit better. But because I already chugged that whole one, I'd rather chug this rye, which was my second favorite of the group.
So I liked the Brett, and I liked it again the second time.
Yeah,
I don't know. I have no
you're
idea.
consistent.
Well, I was nervous last time that I was also allergic to something.
Yeah, Mel was like, my throat kind of closed up, and then
So
we
I just
had-
want to check and make sure that it's not like an allergy thing. It's just like a Mel's throat's closing thing. It's fine.
It's fine. We're fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
We're
Yeah.
fine. Cool.
Beach, please.
Beach better have my money. Like blah blah blah. Don't act like you forgot.
Wow, you shot that like so quick.
My throat's open for business. Bye.
Hey!
Get smarter. Be better.
Work for your beer.
Wear a mask. Vote.
Vote, please.
If we didn't already do that, wash your hands.
Be cool.
Tip your bartenders.